1 million commuters use Sydney's trains every day, and the population is growing by over 1,400 people each week. More and more are travelling in and out of the city on a system that's stretched to its limits. It cannot stretch anymore. Over recent years, many projects to expand the system have been unveiled and then shelved across the network. Now, more than ever, Sydney is crying out for an integrated system that works better and has the capacity to efficiently meet the demands of a growing city.
I'm a train guard at Mortdale, so I see congested trains all the time, and more people are using the trains, but there's less trains, or they're cutting back services. We need to try and get more services, and if there's a delay, if there's a train breakdown or there's an emergency on the platform, a train stops and the trains behind it are starting to back up and clog the system. So we need to try and untangle the system and improve what we have there for the community, for the passengers.
With the rail system under strain, a huge amount of pressure is put on Sydney's roads. Peak hour travel often results in gridlock, and road conditions are deteriorating due to the ever-increasing number of vehicles.
There just seems to be so much money spent on roads.
To a certain extent, I think the system's underdeveloped. I think a major line out to the northwest should have been put in decades ago, and I think that's where it really falls down.
I think the trains we use and the type of rail system we have, like I've travelled around the world, and it seems to be quite inferior to many other countries on the same level as Australia.
I've changed my work hours so that I come in later so that I can actually get a seat on the train instead of, standing, because I get on at Lidcombe and it's always packed by the time it comes to Lidcombe.
So what can we do to persuade policymakers and the community that an improved rail system is what's needed?
There are 3 basic projects that we've identified where it's already gone through all the regulatory requirements, and it's all been ticked off, ready to go. All it needs is funding. The areas that we're talking about out of Western Sydney and Southwest Sydney, they're areas that obviously need this. There's a huge growth out there in the community. There's more and more houses being built out there every day. So they need the service. So that's where we should put it. These 3 projects alone would create 11,000 construction jobs, 14,000 permanent jobs, and generate $2.2 billion in annual economic efficiency gains.
We all understand the need to improve public transport for the people of Sydney, but how do we get there?
More trains more often, I think, would probably be the answer to some of the problems.
Maybe more light rail, and obviously people in the outer suburbs need some sort of connection.
I guess it would help if we had a few more trains coming so that we're not always packed in like sardines.
I would definitely put on a lot more services, especially in peak hour, and it would be really good if they could make 6-car services into 8 cars, definitely.
Ties need to be built with the community, policymakers and government to ensure the best plans are realised, and to ensure everyone has a voice in the future of public transport for New South Wales.
These types of projects will reduce pollution. It will obviously ease road congestion in those areas. It will also give people an alternative method of transport, plus it will also allow them to move across the network, which they can't do at the moment. You're restricted to coming in on one direction and coming all the way into the city and then moving out. And obviously it's a cheaper method of transport for a lot of people.
Where to from here? Make sure your voice is heard. Join the push for better public transport today and ensure the network delivers for you.